What's the deal? You already know what it is. Back in this with another video to pump out to my young boys, maybe girls. But no, today we back with another one. Yes. Now we got to talk about this this Lil Tay situation. Got to talk about this Lil Tay situation, man. I seen this last night, and I'm like, man, the world is sick, bro. The world is sick. So for those of you who don't know, Lil Tay is a child star who rose to fame about 7 years ago, 6-7 years ago. And, you know, she was pretty famous for pretty much kind of imitating, you know, black people. You know, a lot of people just find it fascinating when somebody of a different ethnicity or somebody from a different ethnicity is essentially mocking like black behavior, or, you know, the wrong black behavior. You know, they take the black stereotypes, they see us as being ghetto, extra, you know, ratchet, loud, flaunty, all of that type of stuff. And when they see somebody that don't look like us trying to be like us, it just always ends up popping off. It always ends up, a lot of people just gravitate towards it, you know. And I think a lot of the other races have found that with us being the salt of the earth and us having, you know, the flavor, let's just call it for what it is. The Bible said that, you know, black people are the salt of the earth, which means we give this planet the flavor. We the ones that set the trends. We the ones that got the sauce. We the ones that everybody want to be like, whether they like it or not. So I think they found the cheat code as far as, okay, if we imitate these people, then, you know, that's, and whoever can imitate the wrong parts, you know, the best, then they can essentially come up with, you know, crazy bags off of it. So you got this child star Lil Tay. She ended up basically doing that pretty much throughout, you know, her youth and all of that type of stuff. They was documenting and recording it, you know, her talking crazy. We're gonna go to some of that in a bit. But yeah, she would talk crazy, do a lot of, you know, strange stuff, I guess. I mean, I never really watched the girl, like, at all, even when she was at her peak or whatever. Like, it just didn't fascinate me to see a little girl, you know, sitting up there snapping or doing whatever she was doing. Like, it just didn't fascinate me, not even a little bit. Like, I only ever seen pictures of her, and I probably may have seen one clip, maybe. But I seen a clip to get an understanding of what she was, and then, you know, I just tapped out. So now she's been gone for a while. Really, she's never existed for me, but I guess she's been gone for a while. And, you know, now she's back in the news because I guess she's turned 18, which also shows how time is flying, because I could have sworn she was like literally a toddler when she was first popping off. This was 7 years ago, though. But she is 18 now. And she's in the news because she's apparently accumulated $1 million within the first 3 hours of making the OnlyFans. Yeah. So let's go into this news article real quick. And hold on. Let's go into this article real quick and see what's going on here, because this is crazy. And this really shows the state of society and how they kind of like normalizing, like, you know what I say on here, they pushing P. You know, we set up there I believe the goal of that whole LGBTQ phase, or, you know, I ain't gonna say it's a phase, but that whole little wave that they had, and them coming in and them talking about, oh, I was born this way, I was born that way. You know, now with that ideology of, okay, your sexuality is something that you can't control, and this is something that you were born either that way or you were born this way. Now that opens the floodgates to people essentially being able, like, what's stopping somebody to just simply say, oh, well, I'm a minor attracting individual. I was born liking, younger kids. Like I was born liking younger folks, right? What's stopping somebody from coming in and saying that? It begs the question. But so that's why I say they pushing P. They trying to push P into the LGBTQIA. They want to get that P in there. So they pushing P. But anyway, on the pushing P agenda, they're essentially normalizing this stuff. In a few years you're gonna see people dealing with kids. It's gonna be normal. It's not gonna be looked down upon as much, and it just is what it is. And if this is not a testament to that, then I don't know what is, because this girl has, she's openly, this is a trend. Like, these kids are sitting up there as soon as they turn 18, they immediately opening OnlyFans just to garnish a bunch of bread off of the people who's been salivating and trying to hump on them since they was children. And this is crazy. This is honestly crazy in hindsight, but this is the state of the world. Babylon it's only gonna get sicker and sicker. And let's go. Let's just read what they're talking about. So it says rapper, called no rapper. Okay, rapper Lil Tay made her debut on OnlyFans after turning 18, and according to reports, she allegedly racked up a whopping $1 million in just 3 hours. Lil Tay hopped online to share a screenshot of her total income from the exclusive content platform, which totals $1,024,298.09. The majority, $511,000, came from subscriptions, while $26,000 was from tips, and $480,000 came from messages. So she done made damn near most of the money on the messages. And that's the private chats and all of that type of stuff on the OF, where the girls be faking talking to the dude, and the dude be sitting up there, spend the money in the messages to talk whatever, OF stuff. 1 million in 3 hours. Starry-eyed emoji. We broke the effing record. We broke the F out that record. Lil Tay captioned her post on Instagram. Come see content I took of myself at 12:01 a.m. on my 18th B-Day. Shy face emoji. Only available for 24 hours. So if you don't see how they pushing the PDF agendas, then I don't know. Because she's talking about this is content that she recorded at 12:01 a.m. allegedly. So she's trying to, really trying to get the creeps super salivating and super thirsty for content that's extra fresh, when she's basically still a kid, basically still 17. Really still a child. So and I had a screen right there, but I had the post where she was where she was saying that she recorded the content at 12:01, but she was wearing a shirt. Yeah, this. She was wearing a shirt that said porn star in training. Like, it's sick. And she got that on her Instagram. So she's really trying to sit up there. She's really trying to sit up there and get the freaks. She's really trying to sit up there and get the horny, neck beard, basement dwelling, mouth breathing freaks. And I just hope, and I know it's got to be some of y'all in there, it's just the sad reality. I just hope it ain't no people, no blacks over there. Because if you find Lil Tay, if you looking at Lil Tay, right, and you feeling it, like, bro, you're cooked. I'm sorry, you're cooked. You know, forget all that when people talk about don't kink shame or whatever. I don't care what you like. Lil Tay looks like a little Asian. I don't even know what ethnicity she is, but that's crazy. If you looking at Lil Tay and she's doing it for you, bro, stop it. Get some help. The Michael Jordan vid all day. But this is the amount of money she made. She posted the screenshot. This is in 3 hours though. This is 3 hours. 3 hours got her an M. 3 hours got her an M. And again, she's sitting up there going on a tirade promoting this OnlyFans and everything like that on her page. I just put the post up where she talking about porn star in training as a fresh 18-year-old. And this is just crazy. If you ask me, everybody that sat up there and signed up for this need to be investigated. The FBI need to be on these guys' head. Because you can't tell me most of these people ain't on some other timer to be sitting up there. You in your wallet. How are you in your wallet paying for OnlyFans at the moment somebody turns 18? Like, I just don't understand that. You had to be waiting, and this is the type of stuff that they do. We covered that in the Weirdos in Hollywood, in the Hollywood video. These guys be sitting up there waiting around, openly having group chats talking about, oh, I can't wait for this person to turn 18. This person is this, and this person is that. And if only they were legal. Me and my boy was just talking about the guy who did Rick and Morty. Him, what's his name? What's the dude Rick and Morty got name? Dang, bro, I already know this. What to do. The Rick and Morty guy name was I don't want to say Seth Rollins. Justin Roiland is this dude sat up there and got caught up with some allegations of, PDF file activity. And he literally, they had leaked his DMs with the little girl, and he's literally talking about in the DM, oh, he said you're such jailbait. Jailbait? So you know that you doing some freaky stuff. You know that you in the wrong. You already know it. They call him red-handed. And whatever ended up happening to him? He just lost his job on Rick and Morty and we just sweep that under the rug? This the type of stuff they do, though. If it was a black guy, he'd be all over the media, all over the news. We'd have memes on memes on memes talking about jailbait this, jailbait that. We'll be talking about no Justin, all sorts of stuff. But when it's somebody of a different race, these things seem to get swept under the rug. These things seem to just be, it's no biggie. We just caught him talking to a little kid, talking about she's jailbait, no biggie. We'll just slap you on the wrist, you lose your job. He probably still making money off Rick and Morty to this day. To this day, he probably still getting that back end on Rick and Morty, but you just can't be the face of it no more. That's probably all they did. These people need to be investigated. All these people that said that they're signed up, these dudes in the messages, they need to be investigated. Because this is what y'all was sitting up there watching and salivating over. Before she sat up there and started the OnlyFans, this what she was. And even if, and this how you know it's just strictly on some freaky stuff, because you just like the idea, oh, I seen her when she was a kid. And she, all of that. But let's see what's going on. Let's tap into this for a second. Let's see how much of this we can take. Let's see how much of this we can take. All right, we might not even be able to watch this. This joint tweaking out. Let me try this. Then, hold on. Let me. Who is she trying to be like? Off rip, who is she trying to be like? She's talking about we moving bricks. We got a big chopper on the street. Whatever that means. We got a big chopper on the street. Who is she trying to be?
Y'all trying to mess with us? I'ma shit on your mama. We at home on gang shit. This Lil Tay, let me tell y'all something. This shit costs more than your rent. My toilet costs more than your rent. Everything in my bathroom costs more than your rent. And see, this is my closet. Everything here be designer. Gucci, Louis, Versace. And also, when I was 6 years old, I lived in Atlanta, and I was broke as hell. But one day I woke up, I said to myself, I ain't gonna be broke no more. So I got up and I started working hard, moving bricks, and now we be living in the hills. See that view? Y'all don't have that view, and I be holding your mama's ring. This bag cost me a Lamborghini.
So, who is she flexing on? Like, who is she flexing on? She needs to be sued. This is cultural appropriation. Talking about she used to be broke and she got up and started moving bricks. Where do y'all think she heard that? Rap. Now she's talking about she got a house in the hills. She probably been had that house in the hills. She probably came up off straight privilege. And then now she's creating a narrative that she done had to hustle and grind as a 7, 8, 9-year-old. And now she's flexing on us. Now she's flexing on us. She took it to the next level. She said she's not just gonna have the privilege. She's gonna flex the privilege in your face and then make it seem like she done did what a lot of y'all done did. But still ain't got to where she's at, and she's only 9. And people found this entertaining though. This had to be a kink in itself. Cause who was watching this? Who had got pleasure from watching this child flex on them and say her toilet costs more than your mama's rent? She ain't even talking about you. She's talking about y'all mamas. She couldn't even just leave it at you. She's talking about your mama. That's wild.
And I work hard, so if y'all work hard, y'all can accomplish your dreams just like I did. Message to all y'all broke ass haters. Y'all ain't doing it like Lil Tay. This is what all y'all fucking hate.
And who y'all think recording this? Her parents. Buying into it, letting her sell her soul basically. For the clout. For the internet clout and fame. Her parents. Yeah. So she's already been groomed to selling her soul since she was a child. So of course she was gonna sell her soul to the next level as soon as she turned 18. That's just all it was to it. She was gonna sell. Of course she was gonna sell out early.
This shit cost me $200,000. I'm only 9 years old. I ain't got no license, but I still drive this sports car, bitch. Gucci from head to toe. Y'all can't afford this shit. This shit costs your whole rent.
Where's Chief Sosa?
And I know she 9, but she ain't even got no new material. She just gonna say the same thing. This costs your rent. This more than your rent. Gucci head to toe. And then who is this? Gassing this up. Is this Chief Keef?
Fresh Nike, y'all be wearing cheap ass shit like hand-me-downs and shit like that, bitch. Like, before you.
And who is she calling a bitch? And look at all these niggas surrounding her. Gassing it. They find this amusing. And this is what our people do. We just laugh at everything. We just the most key people on the planet right about now. Everything is just funny. Everything is a joke. Everything is funny. And we gonna laugh all the way. And I ain't talking about me or my chat. You know, I believe y'all on the right track, but you get what I'm saying. We gonna sit up there. Our people gonna sit up there and laugh all the way to the domain of flame. I wouldn't be surprised if in hell, some people they down there laughing. You know, they probably, you know, I know it's the gnashing of teeth and it's probably definitely very painful, but I'd imagine it's a hell. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a hell where you just sit up there like, y'all wanted to laugh all the time. You know, now you just laugh for eternity. You just can't even stop laughing no more. They just make it to where you just laugh forever. Eternal laughter. Because this is all y'all wanted to do. Y'all just wanted to laugh at everything. Everything is just so entertainingly funny. Everything is funny. You got this little, I don't know what race this is. I think she looked a little Asian or something. I don't know. No disrespect to those guys, whatever she is, I don't know. But she out here calling y'all broke bitches. And all y'all can do is laugh. And don't even realize she's sitting up there mocking y'all. In y'all face.
Talk shit about me? Why don't you go make some money, okay, bitch? I'm the youngest flexa of the century. I don't know what y'all be bitch.
I thought that was Juice WRLD, but that's funny because that's G Money right there. That's not Juice WRLD though. But that might be Chief Keef things. I think they in Chicago.
You wanna run somewhere?
Don't walk in front
You
of
wanna
her.
run somewhere?
Let them talk, usually not like that. But hey, put your shoes on.
Back down. Toss up.
Danielle Bregoli. There go Danielle Bregoli. Another plant that sat up there and made millions of dollars off of OnlyFans soon as they turned 18. They couldn't wait for her to turn 18. They was on her head. And we gonna go to that. Actually, this is a good segue. Y'all get the point. We don't need to see no more Lil Tay. Y'all get it. Danielle Bregoli, just a few weeks after turning 18, Danielle Bregoli made $1 million in just 6 hours on OnlyFans. Danielle Bregoli, better known as Bad Barbie, and even better known as Catch Me Outside Girl, has found an extremely lucrative new career according to a post from her official Instagram account, where now she has made more than 17 million followers. Assuming the figures provided are accurate, Danielle apparently made more than $1 million in just 6 hours after opening an OnlyFans account on the platform. So, let me bring the cam back. So, as y'all can see, they found their hustle. These child stars have found their hustle to where they can get generational wealth and not have to worry about nothing. Selling their soul as soon as possible. That's all they got to do. Soon as, you know, get you a little audience in your young years. Soon as you turn 18, sell out. That's all it take now. That's all it take. And that's just the start. This is where she at with it now. She made $1 million in 6 hours. So how long? So this, and that was some years ago. So where y'all think she at now? Influencer and rapper, and look, influencer. Somehow she's an influencer. Somehow she's on some kind of carpet, some kind of shoot. You know, she's a plant. She done got glamorized and glorified for this. We ain't forgot. We ain't forgot.
What? I'll whoop your ass like I own you, bitch! I'ma whoop your ass on some serious, my mama is not in your mom! My mama don't got no rules, bitch! You got me fucked up! Bitch, you got me fucked up! Bitch, you got me fucked up, ho!
Trying to be black. She got the grills. Yeah. And this is where she came from, Dr. Phil. She didn't even graduate the 5th grade.
I'm asking how.
Oh no, she didn't graduate. She didn't graduate 8th grade. She didn't even get out of middle school.
But I stopped at 7th if you want to get technical.
You stop.
Alright. Yeah, his lagging, but y'all, Dr. Phil is where she came from. But just off of that, crashing out, fighting, faking black, faking a ghetto black, you know, the worst version of black they try to replicate or whatever. She's garnished, let's see, influencer rapper claims that she has made a staggering $75 million from her OnlyFans. Hey, that's facts, kid. Like, that's the only influencing they doing. Cause she influenced Lil Tay. You can't tell me she ain't the reason Lil Tay sat up there and made that OnlyFans soon as she turned 18. You think Lil Tay didn't see that this chick made that bag? That she done made $1 million in 6 hours of starting the OnlyFans? Of course she was gonna follow behind that. But right now she's sitting at a whopping $75 million from her OF, making her the highest paid celebrity on the adult content sharing platform. Are you serious? The 21-year-old whose real name is Danielle Bregoli, and she's 21. 21-year-old whose real name is Danielle Bregoli opened up about her incredibly lucrative online career during a live stream with Twitch star DDG just 5 months after she splashed a hefty chunk of her cash on the new $5.2 million California mansion. But you know what the Bible say? The Bible say, envy not the wicked. Because she got all of this stuff, but she has no soul. You can trust and believe that. Her soul is gone, cooked. Like, I ain't gonna lie, her ticket is damn near submitted. And I'm only saying damn near to be friendly. But she's more than likely done. She's more than likely done. Because the thing is with these people, I think the only way they will have a chance, let me bring my can back. I think the only way they'll have a chance is if they get rid of all of this stuff. When you get so much fame, when you get so much fortune and fame from degeneracy and doing the devil's work, the only way you can get right with the Most High, and I don't even know this for certain, but in my head, I think the only way these people could get right with the Most High is if they literally give all of this stuff up. That's what you would have to do. I think that's what you would have to do, first and foremost. If you would even have a chance, she would have to get rid of the crib and literally give all of this money to the Israelites. Like, just on some straight, like, here, take it all. I'm going back to the bottom where I belong. I think that's the only way. Now, are they gonna have the what's the word I'm looking for? Gumption, spiritual fortitude, or are they gonna do that? That's just super unlikely. So I just say, a lot of the times they're cooked. What else is it? I mean, it says last July the rapper claimed her earnings from the site were a whopping $57 million, meaning that her latest estimates are correct. She's earned $18 million in 8 months. She's making more money than a lot of people are making their lifetime at 21 for showing her body. That's it. Showing her body. And I seen something else. I seen another post, a statistic with OnlyFans that basically said that there is, out of the 1 million people that's on OnlyFans, the 1 million something women or whatever that has OnlyFans accounts, there's like 57 million subscriptions, over 50, almost 60 million OnlyFans subscriptions out of the 1 million women that actually have OnlyFans. 60 million subscriptions is out there.
That's nasty.
Y'all gotta leave that alone. We gotta leave that OnlyFans stuff alone, bro. I get it. I'm a blood red, what's the quote? Red bleeding blood man the same way as everybody else. I've had my battle. I'm gonna just be transparent. I had my battle with the OF. It happens. You gotta turn away from that stuff though. You gotta turn away from it. You gotta turn away from the sites, the corn, the OF. The thing with the OF that tore the game up was the fact that it's such a wave right now that people that is hopping into is trying to get that bag. People that you may have went to school with is sitting up there now selling their souls and sitting up there showing their body and doing the unthinkable for the bag. So traditionally, when it came to corn, it's strangers. It's like, oh, you just watching a stranger, whatever. Now with OF, it's starting to hit close to home. Oh, girl down the street that you didn't seen before. You get her Instagram, whatever. Go to her Instagram, link in bio. She got a page. You get curious, let me see what she talking about on there. Boot, swipe, boot. It happens. I get it. But no, bro. No. You gotta understand, you gotta start seeing these things from a spiritual lens. Them women that, even if you know them or not, that just goes to show how how his clutches, his evil is starting to really spread through the world, because now the evil is influencing people that you know. These are people that you grew up with. These are people that, again, you went to school with. And Satan is causing these people to sell their souls. And you're seeing it in real time. So you got to start seeing things from that lens. This ain't just somebody that's just doing something. This is somebody who's sold out. This is somebody who's chose the love of money, who chose the root of evil. That's what you really got yourself into. This ain't just somebody that's doing this. This is somebody that sold their soul. This is somebody who's demon hacked and possessed. This is somebody that you need to really be staying far away from it and have no kind of contact or anything with that person. You gotta leave the OnlyFans alone. Put that money into something else. There's way better things you could be doing than to sit up there and give these chicks y'all hard-earned bread. Like, for real. Like, I would feel guilty every time. Because it's like, bro, you just gave this slut. I'm gonna just call it for what it is. You just gave this slut your bread, bro. Like, you just gave a slut your hard-earned bread. Like, she has it now. Like, that shit used to feel horrible. You sit up there and get them that money, and then you just looking at them, and now you know, like, this motherfucker just took my money. You be sitting there like, bro, they just took my bread. You feel like a goofy. Because you is. Every time. You're a goofy. And you was super goofy. It's all goofy. You was super goofy regardless. But if you in them chats and you talking to them and you feeling like you getting a real connection with them and you sending them money through the chats and all of that type of stuff, oh my goodness, you are goofy. They're playing a role. They're playing a role just to get in your pockets. They literally have sold their soul for the money at that point. So they're gonna do and say anything that y'all want or whatever to make y'all feel good to give them more money. That's just what it's all about. They've chosen the bread. They realize they have no talent. They realize they have no skills. They realize they have no value on the planet outside of using their body. And that's why we also need to turn away from the thirst traps on Instagram. This is kind of a tangent, but I just thought about it. This is why you need to turn away from the thirst traps on Instagram. Because when you sitting up there, double tap, hard eyes, oh, cleavage, oh, booty, oh, booty on the sink pose, booty turned around poses, all of this type of stuff, bro. When y'all sitting up there fainting over that, y'all are fueling the beast. All of that stuff is sex magic. All of that stuff is spiritual. They're literally harvesting y'all's energy, and once they harvesting your energy, they gonna be like, oh, this is not enough. They're gonna be like Kendrick, it's not enough. And then once they be like it's not enough, then you don't even realize you slowly pushing them into wanting to give more, pushing them into the OF stuff. Obviously, they're gonna be responsible at the end of the day for whatever it is they do, but you know, when y'all sitting up there salivating over these women through the dang on phones and you double tapping everything, hard eyes and everything, boosting their analytics because they seeing that you staring at their pages. So when you staring at their pages, you sitting up there making the algorithm go, oh, this booty is hot. Let's push this one out. And then they sitting up there spreading that chick to everybody's algorithm because it's a bunch of guys that sitting up there staring at the picture for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes and all of this other type of stuff. That's how it really works. When y'all sit up there and stare at a picture for so long on Instagram, the algorithm is literally calculating all of that and it's saying, oh, this one has their interest. Let's pluck this one out and put them into the bigger algorithm and let that picture spread on out to everybody else that now got to see it. Everybody else that got to now potentially fall into the trap. All because of you sitting up there not turning away. You sitting up there not keep scrolling when you see that this thirst trap is here. And all of that stuff continues and you know the cycle keeps going. It's a disgusting daily cycle that they got going on Instagram, where they sitting up there pushing all of this soft core because these chicks can't sit up there and control themselves. These chicks want validation and attention, and you know they are empty inside and they don't feel like they have any value on the planet. So they go to selling sex. They go to sex magic. They go to playing the succubus. So you know, it just is what it is, man. This is sick. Lil Tay sat up there and garnished $1 million in 3 hours. Talking about she recorded this content the minute she turned 18. How accurate do y'all think that is? That she didn't made this content 1 minute after turning 18, bro. For all you know, that stuff could. I ain't even gonna go there. All that stuff could be old though. I ain't gonna lie. You never know. But that's the thing. That's what they want, yo. They want y'all. They want these guys' brain to think, oh, what if she was still 17 or whatever? They know she was still a kid, regardless of how you think about it. She's still a kid, bro. Like, it is what it is. That's what she's trying to bait out. They're trying to bait out the freaks that want these chicks extra young and all of that other type of stuff. And it's sad. These guys need to be investigated. If you send up there subbed up to Lil Tay, bro, you need to be investigated. They need to check your computers, check your hard drive. The FBI need to be on all these guys' head. Ain't nobody talking about this, though. This is just cool. This should be on the news. Like, this is a problem. This shows a problem in society. This ain't just some, oh, key, this is funny, haha. This is funny. These guys subbed up soon as she turned 18. Haha, they're so silly. What their obsession with girls when they turn 18, that's so silly. Why is they covering it like that? This is a problem. This is an actual issue that she didn't made that much bread, that she got that many subs soon as she turned 18, bro. That's an issue. That shows it's a large amount of freaks out there. It's a large amount of freaks out there. But that's the video, man. I just wanted to get on here and talk about this. Man, stay off of these sites. Stay off these OnlyFans. You know, when you focus on things of the spirit, it's hard to fall into sin and temptations. Make sure y'all continuing to read y'all word. I say practice reading a chapter out your Bible every single day. That's a good place to start. That helped me a lot. If you just continue to do that, you know, it'll be hard to sit up there and fall back into temptation. But continue, read a chapter out your Bible every day. You know, we got solutions. Make sure you watching content like this. You know, shout out to New Breed. Watch, you know, tap into New Breed. Watch his content. Make sure you watching stuff that's spiritually edifying. Keep that in rotation. Music, you know, try not to go too hard on the secular music, because that's planting a seed. That's planting a major seed when you hearing dudes talk about, oh, you know, he busting down this one, busting down that one. Oh, I got 3 on my at the same time. Like, all this crazy stuff they be talking about, you know, it may not seem like nothing in the moment, but all of that stuff plant seeds. Because a lot of these rappers, like, they gotta have sex bars. It just comes with the rapper territory. They gotta talk about how they piping this one out and piping that one out. They just gotta do it. And that's all planting seeds to make, you know, you might not seem like it in a moment, but it's all gradual. It's all increments. You know, Satan is he'll sit up there and penny pinch you until, you know, you get to the big sin. He'll play that long game. He'll play, oh, boop, 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 the ooh piece of candy, ooh piece of candy, ooh piece of candy. He'll do that to you. When it comes to, so yeah, make sure you not listening to too much rap music, you know, that's on that type of timing. When it comes to Instagram, definitely limit your use on that, because especially if your algorithm is cooked. Yep, King Connect, you know, tap into his music. New Breed Universal, he tap into New Breed music for sure. King Connect be snapping. That's my bro right there. My boy, God's chosen son, Jada Realist, you tap into his music. So, you know, you got some options for sure. And what else? Instagram, like I was saying, especially if your algorithm is cooked like mine, because admittedly, I was one of them people. I'm not coming on here to be holier than thou. I was one of them people. I sit up there, if I see the thirst traps, I'ma be looking. I'm going to go to the page. I'm going to scroll through the page. All of that. But that's why I don't even get on Instagram, because I already know what it is. It's a trap. It's a setup. If I get on Instagram, I'm promoting a video in and out. I really ain't got no other reason to be on Instagram. When I start realizing how Satan is, what Satan tricks is and what he's doing, and realizing he's not even doing nothing new, I was able to start cracking the code. I'm like, okay, he's clearly using Instagram. He's going to use that over and over. He's going to keep using Instagram, so I'm going to just stay off of Instagram. unless I need to be on there, because otherwise I know every time I'm getting on Instagram, I'm literally only getting on Instagram to see what I know I shouldn't be seeing. So I'm about to stop doing that, you know, and boom. Or, you know, you can sit up there if you need to use Instagram, whatever. Really, you don't need to use Instagram, but if you need to, change your algorithm. Start clicking different stuff, avoiding the thirst traps. You can change your algorithm. It's not that hard. You can do that. But I advise stay off there altogether, because not only is the thirst traps bad, but sitting up there looking at other people's lives and stuff on Instagram, seeing, oh, this person's doing this, oh, this person just, and you know them girls that y'all following, all they do is take trips. All they do is go out the country, go out of state, take trips, have a lit life and all of this other type of stuff. So, you know, that stuff is just going to get you down. Don't even pay attention to none of that. I don't even like looking at other people's lives, because it's like, it's pointless. It don't do nothing for me. That's, you know, that's good for you. But that's a whole nother thing. So I say, you know, I just avoid Instagram altogether. I don't need that shit. So boom, you can do that. And then yeah, that's pretty much the main things. Protect your eyes and your ears. That's the most important part. Protecting what you looking at and protecting what you listening to. Once you do that, you know, and you keep on keeping a repetition of at least reading a chapter a day in your Bible, and making sure you keep a steady habit of being in those scriptures and getting into the Word of God, you become undefeatable. You'll be able to, you know, Satan can't mess with you no more when it comes to your walk. You know, he can't get in. You ain't giving him no access points. You ain't giving him no entry points, so he can't get in. So those is gonna be your main solutions to, you know, turn away from your old ways and become a new creature. But that's the video for today, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to everybody that tapped in. You know, more content on the way. Love y'all. Take care. Stay safe. I'm on y'all boys.
One more treat, bitch, I'm gone. One more heat, bitch, I'm gone. Brand new whip, bitch, I'm gone. Brand new crib, yeah, I'm home. Bitch, we home, yeah, we grown. One more treat, bitch, I'm gone. One more hit, bitch, I'm gone. One more hit, yeah, we gone.